Morning peeps, good morning everyone, how's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Also don't forget that I am giving away £1,000 as a small thank you for helping the channel get to 50,000 subscribers. The video explaining how you can win that money is up now. I'll put the video link in this description. It is just one question as well. Everyone can get involved because I can send that money to anywhere in the world. I think I said on the video that the closing time, or when the competition ends, is Monday night. I think Monday or Tuesday. So you've still got time to enter. So make sure you do if you haven't. You got to be in it to win it, people. And remember, it is so it's £1,000 split into 500 for the first place, and second and third get 250 each as well. So 3 chances to win some money. All right, let's see what there is to talk about from the world of boxing. It's been a quiet week for casual boxing fans. For hardcore boxing fans, it's been a busy week because there's been fight cards all over the world. DAZN had a fight card in Mexico. Golden Boy had a fight card as well. Top Rank had a fight card. There were small hall shows in the UK and some very important wins for some big name fighters as well. Luis Alberto Lopez probably rubber stamped his status as the #1 featherweight in the world. I think a couple of other fighters might be in the mix with that one. So good win for him. A good win for Zepeda, who can, I think, fight any of the guys at 135 pounds and cause them some problems. And a big win for Xander Zayas, who is a massive problem at 154 pounds. Now, Xander Zayas will be world champion at 154 pounds. It's a case of when, not if. So look, some big fight cards all over the world. But let's see if there's any other news to talk about first. Let's start with this one. Jermell Charlo says he'll be the better pound-for-pound fighter than Crawford with Canelo win. I've discussed this with a few people, and every person I've spoken to about this says no. I've said if Charlo were to beat Canelo, he goes to pound-for-pound #1 for me. And everyone said no. And look, I can understand the argument because Crawford, I think in many people's eyes, was already pound-for-pound #1 prior to the Spence win. And Spence was like 4th or 5th. So it's a bigger win, right? #1 taking on #4 or 5th and becoming undisputed. So I get it. But for me, I've always said that I think Charlo jumping up 2 weight classes, and Charlo's in my pound-for-pound rankings anyway already, somewhere around 7 or 8. But Charlo jumping up 2 weight classes and beating Canelo at 168, there's an argument. There's an argument there to say he should be pound-for-pound #1. I know that the WBO, I believe, have stripped him of his 154 pound title, but he will be undisputed in 2 weight classes. He'll be undisputed in 2 weight classes, and that motherfucker is going to hold like 10 belts in the ring if he beats Canelo. And you know, for him to get the W over Canelo, he's got to beat Canelo. Like, he's probably got to put him down, might even have to stop him. Okay, this is how the scenario plays out where he becomes pound-for-pound #1. If Charlo jumps up to 168 and beats Canelo and stops him, he's pound-for-pound #1. It's pound-for-pound #1. Basically, his beating of Canelo might have to be better than Crawford's beating of Spence. I think that's what some people are saying. That's going to be difficult because, I mean, it doesn't look like anyone. I mean, you can beat Canelo. I think we saw that with Bivol, and I think we saw that with Golovkin. But to stop him would be statement. So, look, we'll see how that one plays out. Not long to go for that one as well. Remember, September 30th. So we've got a couple of big fight cards back to back now coming up. We've got Zhang Joyce 2, which we'll do obviously videos throughout the week. We'll do a live maybe Wednesday talking about that as well. And then week after, we've got Canelo versus Charlo. And also, let's not forget the fight card that I'm going to be working at. Let me boost it up a little bit. We've got J.R. Pataya versus Jordan Thompson. So we've got a lot of boxing to look forward to in the next couple of weeks. All right, what else is there to talk about? Joe Cordina admits scenario of facing Wood Warrington winner would be tempting. Not sure about this one. Cordina is just too big and too fresh for either of those guys. I mean, he's far too big for Warrington. I did the face-off the other day. I mean, I could see a scenario where, I mean, he could take on Lee Wood, because Lee Wood's quite a big featherweight. But Cordina's a very big super featherweight. Cordina's fought at lightweight. So that's how big Cordina is. And I'm pretty sure Cordina's been speaking about going up himself. Look, the only way this works is if Wood wins. If Wood dominates Warrington, then calls out Cordina, then I can see how Wood, maybe this is the fight Wood's been talking about, because he's been talking about, I want this fight at the City Ground. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. So I don't know. I'm not sold by him fighting either of those guys, to be honest with you. There are good guys in the super featherweight division, and there are really good guys in the lightweight division. I'd love to see Cordina chuck his name into what is an already stacked lightweight division. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, not keen on that. Amir Khan suggests positive drug test came from sharing a drink. Okay. Look, I'm a massive fan of Amir Khan. I'm not a massive fan of that excuse, but I'm a massive fan of Amir Khan. Look, he's not going to fight again anyway. I mean, does it tarnish his reputation? Not really. I don't think so. I don't think people look at that and think, oh, he's cheated his whole life. I don't think that rings true with Amir Khan. Amir Khan had an incredible career. I think the anniversary of him getting beat by Bradis Prescott was recent. I was going to do a video on that. And that still, I mean, that was one of the biggest upsets in world boxing at the time. I know Amir Khan might not have been the superstar, but it was a superstar over here. And the way Prescott, and it wasn't just like Prescott beat him up over 4 or 5 rounds. He iced him in like 30 seconds. Jesus Christ. But yeah, back to that. I don't believe what Amir Khan's saying, if I'm honest with you, sharing a drink. I don't know. But I think that's bullshit. Sharing a drink. I think that's rubbish. I mean, we hear excuses all the time, but that's one of the best ones I've heard for years. And I do not believe it. All right, let's have a look. Let's see. Zoltan Ramirez likes the idea of moving up one day to fight Anthony Joshua. Huh? That's just crazy talk. That's crazy talk. Obviously, he's got a fight coming up with Joe Smith at cruiserweight, which I'm not a fan of. Look, he missed weight by a lot, Zerdo, when he was supposed to fight Rosado, and that fight got canned. But I just don't like... I don't know. I feel like he's lost a bit of the mystique with the Bivol beatdown. I mean, it wasn't that bad in that Bivol fight, but I feel like he came into that fight, remember, unbeaten, this long unbeaten run, but it was a case of who have you fought? And then as soon as he stepped up, he kind of looked a bit one-paced, didn't he? Joe Smith can hit. Joe Smith's... I mean, these guys are both light heavyweights. Let's be honest, they're both light heavyweights. I mean, Zerda was a 168 guy. I know it was a long time ago, but he was a 168 guy. So you should be able to make 175. At cruiserweight, they're just too small. The guys at cruiserweight are too big. As big as Zerdo and Joe Smith are at light heavy, I mean, the jump to cruise is a big one. Those guys are too big. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Like, that some will say, okay, the winner can go on and make a run at cruiserweight. I don't think so. Talk less of the idea of Zerdo going up to heavyweight to fight AJ. Just get the fuck out of here. What kind of nonsense is that? That's crazy talk. Absolute crazy talk. What's this one? Gary Russell Jr. I have love for Pitbull Cruz, but believe I'd outclass him. I like Gary Russell. Just talks to, doesn't he? Let me quickly look at Gary Russell's junior record again. Because Gary Russell, I mean, I like to dig out Keith Thurman, who fights no one. Like, Keith Thurman talks and doesn't fight. Gary Russell is now 35. And let's have a look at his records. Let's go back, since... Where are we? All right, let's go 2015. Should we go back to there? 2015. How many fights in 2015 do you think Gary Russell had? Let me not waste your time. 1 fight. How many fights in 2016? 1 fight. How many fights in 2017? 1 fight. Oh, 2018? Just a 1 fight. 2019? Well, he's keeping it, consistent. 1 fight. 2020? Just a 1 fight. 2021? Didn't fight. 2022? Just a 1 fight and lost. 2023 hasn't fought. When Gary Russell talks, I do not listen anymore. I don't listen. The most... what upsets me about Gary Russell Jr.? I think he's a good fighter. That's the thing about Gary Russell. But at 35, fighting once a year since 2015 and even skipping 2021. What are we doing? That's why I made a video. And it didn't get very good numbers, but it is what it is. Still make the videos. That's why I made a video talking about Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington, and it was more the focus on Lee Wood, who's about to have his 3rd world title fight in 8 months. And he's not fighting bums. Mauricio Lara back-to-back and Josh Warrington in 8 months free. Gary Russell Jr., who just talks and talks and talks and talks, has had 1 fight a year since 2015. Incredible. Honestly, incredible. Incredibly bad. Where are we? Frank Warren, Joshua Wilder will not happen. Joshua should fight Daniel Dubois. Why not? Honestly, why not? Why not? I mean, I've been hearing about that so-called December fight for Joshua. I've been hearing some horrendous names, some names that I don't even go there. Like one of those, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. So Daniel Dubois, I mean, he fought for a world title, didn't he? Didn't he beat Usyk, right, with the body shot? I mean, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Like I made a video ranting about Joshua Wilder, didn't I, the other day? So I don't really want to just keep going on about it because I know it just annoys people. But I don't know what's going to happen with Joshua. I don't know. Don't know what's going on. He needs that Wilder fight badly. Win or lose. A lot of people have been saying to me, yeah, but Ade loses it. So what if he loses it? What does that mean? Like, only go to fights where you're guaranteed to win 100%? So what? It's a challenge. It's a challenge. And those ones are what we want to see. As fight fans, we want to see those. Don't want to see AJ fights where 100 of the people that you've ever asked, if you pick 100 people and ask who's going to win, 100 say AJ. I want the fights where it's like, whoa, I don't know, you know. Those are the fights that we remember. Big fights. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, let's have a look. Oh, hello. This is from Mr. Tyson Fury. Unifying division doesn't mean shit to me. I'm looking for the biggest paydays. That's fine. I'm not even upset with that anymore. I used to be upset with that. I'm not even upset with that. The only thing that pisses me off about that is vacate your belt then. Do you know what I mean? It's simple, isn't it? Don't hold up the division. Vacate your belt. Say, you know what? I'm not going to do this. Let me just do what I want. And here's the belt. Here's the belt. So whoever's number 2, 3 or 4, whatever, can duke it out for it. And we can have a new world champion and then we can see. Or even the WBC should do what they have done with Devin Haney, which I don't like. By the way, WBC are full of shit, aren't they? Like, how has Devin Haney gone up to 140? And obviously Shakur Stevenson's going to fight for the vacant belt. But then they've almost allowed him to say, okay, but you can come back and fight it for whenever you want. Do that. If you're going to do anything, do that to Fury. Say, Fury, you know what? Vacate the belt. And, you know, when you're ready to fight for it again, we can maybe find a way to let you fight the winner. Maybe we can do that. But I have no problem with Fury saying, you know what? It doesn't mean anything to him. If that's the case, that's the case. It's up to him. I think going down as an undisputed and having that fight against Usyk does a lot for your resume, a lot for your career when it's all said and done. But maybe he doesn't care about that. Maybe we care about that more than he cares about that, which is fine then. Just vacate your belt. Vacate, move on, and have those fights against Ngannou and John Jones and whoever else you want to fight and make as much money as possible. Not a problem. It's a dangerous sport. And if you can get paid more for fighting these MMA guys than you can for legit boxers, and that's what you want to do, who are we to say that's bullshit? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it. So, yeah. But WBC needs to take a stance on this one and say, all right, fuck that. You're going to be stripped. You're going to be stripped because you had your mandatory against Dillian White. Right? That wasn't mandatory. We gave you a gimme voluntary against Derek Chisora, and now we've not even mandated anyone to fight you, but you, our champion, are going to fight Francis Ngannou. And you know what? We're going to make one of those belts for you guys to win as well. Strip him, and let him go and make his money. Again, I have no problem with what Tyson Fury has said here. Unifying division doesn't mean shit to me. So basically, I don't care about all this undisputed trap. All I want is to make the biggest money. My argument to that, and we'll end on this one, or end on this topic. My counter argument to that is you can make shitloads of money fighting Usyk and AJ and the rest of them. Don't act like you ain't going to make money fighting them. Don't act like you're making pennies. Don't. Please don't. Because you're making bucket loads of money anyway. And you have the chance to become undisputed. It is what it is. It is what it is. Tony Bellew backs Ben to beat Eubank. Too quick, too explosive. I just think he beats him. Don't know where Bellew gets this from. I don't know where he gets this from. Like, I'm a Conor Ben fan. I actually do like Conor Ben quite a lot. I watch a lot of his videos, and he does look quick and he does look explosive. But I think we've got to remind ourselves of the people that he's beaten. Algieri and Van Heerden. Van Heerden was his last opponent, was it? Yeah, Van Heerden was his last opponent. Like, Chris Eubank Jr. just bust up Liam Smith, beat him, looked fantastic, just beat him. So how, on a case of what have you done for me lately, how can you say Ben will beat Eubank when Ben's last fight was against Van Heerden and Eubank Jr., who's much bigger, just beat Liam Smith? We can't go on Instagram posts and YouTube clips. We have to go on what have you done in the ring. And I don't know, Eubank Jr. looked very good under Bomac. And we haven't seen Conor Ben in the ring for a year and a half. And the last time we saw him, Van Heerden. Don't know. I don't know. All right. Anything else before we wrap up? Let's have a look. Let's Adrian Broner to fight Chris Howard on November 4th at Casino Miami Jai Alai. Wasn't the same Adrian Broner that I just saw in a video talking about beating up McDonald's staff with his belly hanging out over his pants. Did I miss that? Oh, this is a good fight. Navarrete versus Robson Conceição. It's a good fight. Will be co-main on Stevenson De Los Santos card. That's a good fight. Are they trying to build Navarrete versus Stevenson? Is that the plan? I like that fight though. It's a good one. De La Hoya hints at Virgil Ortiz's return in December. That says fine at 154 or 160, not a problem. De La Hoya doesn't seem, Golden Boy don't seem to have a stable of fighters, do they? Like, all it just seems to be, and I'm sure I'm going to be corrected here, but it just seems to all be about Ortiz, Garcia, and Munguia. Like, there doesn't seem to be anything else. Like, I remember the time when Golden Boy were trying to do stuff over here. I don't know if you guys remember that. They were trying to like sign fighters over here. Like, it was Golden Boy. Everyone wanted to sign to Golden Boy. I think Oscar just needs to work on that. Like really and truly, Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy should be, boxing wise, a bigger promotional outfit, I think, at least in the States anyway, than Matchroom. Should be a massive. Like, I'm of an age where I remember when Golden Boy fucking felt like they had everyone. It just felt like Golden Boy. Have you guys watched the Oscar De La Hoya Netflix series, by the way? Fantastic. One of the best things I've seen in years. Go and watch that to realize how big Oscar De La Hoya was. Like, Oscar De La Hoya was massive. I think some people forget that. All right. Guys, I think that's it. We'll do more videos throughout the week. There are other bits and bobs, but your boy's tired. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I might just go back to bed. Peace.